Hello, with me is Martin Ciesielski, and Martin has a wonderful title because he is head of nothing. Why are you head of nothing, and what does it mean in this time of the corona crisis?
Great question, Holger. So head of nothing, I'm one of the founders of the School of Nothing. And so the School of Nothing is a project here in Berlin based with different types of people, artists, trainers, coaches, and we are all kind of very much into discovering what does it mean to do nothing, in times of urgency, in times of pushing things forward, in times of attention economies, So it's kind of really the diametrical aspect of being and how hard it is to do nothing. What does it mean to do nothing in a philosophical way, in a practical way, in an artistic way? Because what we found out is that that nothing is a great trigger for the imagination. At a certain point, it becomes a permission to break rules and borders in which we think right now. And in times of Corona, I think it's a nice tool to deal with the moments of I can't do nothing. I have to do nothing. I have to stay at home, and there's a certain boredom, or maybe there's a certain moment of being helpless, of feeling helpless. I think to dive into this, it can be very humorous in a way. It can be maybe helpful to discover other aspects of the situation.
And what advices would you give people who find themselves now in the situation that they don't know how to do nothing?
I kind of accidentally created a nice word online by a mistype. And so I spelled, instead of mindfulness, I typed mindflueness. And I think, in times of this flu, creating a certain moment of mindfulness in terms of relax, try to be straight in terms of, okay, what are the facts, while staying in a certain emotion of, supporting others, listening, having conversations, but staying in a sweet zone. And in an improv, which is a background I'm coming from, you normally, you work a lot with status. There's high status, low status, but there's also the sweet zone, the zero zone, from which you can move very, very good into both directions. But you have to be there so you can go up and you can go down. If you're already here on the crisis level, on the high status or whatever, if you yell, if you cry, there's nothing you can put on. And so this is really you're losing a lot of energy. So it's very important in times of urgency, which is also when you're on stage, right? Or can be, and the moments we are in right now, that you go to the sweet zone of zero, which is very helpful for yourself and dealing with others, I think.
Thank you very much, Martin, and dear viewers and listeners. Maybe you think about that. How can you go into the sweet zone in times where you might be forced to do nothing?